Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel today. My name's Christian, and today we are here to talk about a show that I went to last night. It was Bring Me the Horizon, supported by Architects and 68, and I was really excited for this show, and I wasn't actually going for Bring Me the Horizon. I was going to see Architects. For those of you who don't know, their guitar player Tom Sell passed away about 3 weeks ago, and so I had every intention of going to this show beforehand to see Architects. But after he passed away, I knew that it was a necessity that I went, so I bought a ticket as soon as I heard. I felt like I really wanted to be there to celebrate Tom's life and celebrate all he'd done for heavy music in my life, at least. And so going to that show was a really special experience for me. There were quite a few emotional moments during Architect's set that were really hit hard, and then there were also a lot of light moments during that set as well, which showed that that band is still going really strong. They sounded as good as they ever have. It would have been so good to see Tom playing those songs that he's written, but the band did such a good job playing those songs that it was a really good set. Anyway, let's start at the beginning of the show instead of in the middle, and I walked in about halfway through 68's set. They played this fuzzed up, high-pitched guitar and drum combo. There's just guitar and drums with vocals here and there. The guitarist seemed like whenever he wanted to play guitar, he didn't want to sing, and when he wanted to sing, he didn't want to play guitar. So the singing was very few and far between. All the songs seemed very, very similar to each other, and honestly, the music wasn't horrible. It was very unique, but I just didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I should. And honestly, they were better at talking in between songs than they were at actually playing their music. They were hilarious in between songs and really had me laughing a lot. And if they'd done half an hour of stand-up, that would have been probably more enjoyable than the music they played. I can see a lot of people enjoying their music though, so that's just my view on their music. It didn't really hit me, but yeah, they were really funny guys, and it was entertaining to see that. And then, of course, it was Architects, and they absolutely stole the show this night. Part of that was due to something that happened later on for Bring Me, but Architects really played so well. They opened with Nihilist, the first track off their new record, All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us. And them playing those songs from that record really showed me why that is my number one record of the year so far. They played so well and played just 40 minutes of banger after banger after banger. There was not one weak moment in the entire set. And they played so heavy and so hard, and the crowd got so into it that the crowd actually broke the barrier. And Architects had to stop for about 5-6 minutes while security fixed the barrier. And Sam, their vocalist, just was so funny in that 6 minutes, just trying to keep the crowd entertained. He's very good on the mic, and Architects have always had that sarcastic humor that you see in their interviews, and that came across on stage as well. He was really, really funny. And before that, I think it was before they played Naysayer, he made a speech about how grateful we should be to be alive, and it was a really good speech. It went for about 2 minutes, and he really, really hit home for a lot of that crowd, and people really seemed to connect with what Sam was saying. And then they played Match Made in Heaven, which is Song of the Year in my opinion, and I've actually got a clip of that right here. Anyway, so that was a Match Made in Heaven, and they played so well. Sam was just on point throughout the entire night, and he actually featured in Bring Me set later on. And then it got to the last song of the night, which was Gone with the Wind, and before they played that song, Sam made a speech about Tom, and it was really, really emotional to watch. The whole band just seems like they are absolutely still in mourning. It's only been 3 weeks, but they know that he's in a better place now. He was suffering for a long time, and they were so grateful for us being at that show to celebrate his life and celebrate the songs that he'd written, that they knew that they were happy to still be on stage playing together. And it was just a great speech. And then they played Gone with the Wind, which, if you don't know, it's a song Tom wrote. I mean, Tom wrote all the songs, but Tom really wrote that about his cancer. I mean, the main line of the chorus is a sickness with no remedy. And it was a great song to finish on. Perfect tribute to Tom, and Architects just blew the roof off the Hordern Pavilion, and it was a great, great show. And then we waited a long time for Bring Me the Horizon. We waited about 40 or 50 minutes. It was only meant to be a half an hour changeover, but then Jordan, their keyboard player and second vocalist, came out and said that Ollie had been diagnosed with laryngitis. And so at that point, I thought the show was over, and I was about to go. And then he said that Ollie didn't care. There were a lot of people here. It was a sold-out show, and that they were going to play anyway. And so hearing that, I was a bit still down because I knew it wasn't going to be a great performance. And Ollie actually shocked me. He sang pretty well. There were certain songs here and there where it was pretty bad. And there were also times in the set where they played something off Suicide Season that just doesn't fit in their set anymore. They went from Avalanche into Chelsea Smile, and it just sounded like two different bands. It didn't fit in. And as much as I love Chelsea Smile and I wish they'd played songs like Diamonds Aren't Forever, they just don't fit in the set anymore, which is such a shame. It would have been good to see them play Blessed with a Curse. That would have fit a lot better. But Chelsea Smile just seemed so much smaller. It didn't really fit the massive venue that they were playing. Anyway, they opened with Happy Song. It was a really great opener. The visuals, they had these big video screens behind them, and the visuals were just great. They went straight into Go to Hell for Heaven's Sake after that, which is my favourite Bring Me song, just above And the Snakes Start to Sing, which they didn't play, unfortunately. But Go to Hell for Heaven's Sake was great. And then they played a whole bunch of songs. Shadow Moses shocked me how well Ollie sang that with laryngitis. He absolutely nailed it. That opening line of vocals is so high-pitched and so hard to sing, and he absolutely nailed it. Doomed was really good. Jordan really takes over for the second half of the chorus on that song. And the interchange between those two guys is actually really, really good. A couple of songs that were choppy was Chelsea Smile, as I said, and Can You Feel My Heart? Ollie was really struggling. He really just, it felt like his voice was just about to go, and I was glad that was near towards the end of the set. But then he came out and played a couple more songs and sounded a bit better. So, yeah, that was odd. And then they surprised everyone, and they played a song off of Suicide Season called The Sadness Will Never End, and they brought out Sam Carter from Architects to sing with Ollie, and it was great. And I've got a clip of that song here. So after that song, they ended with Throne, which was really good as well. I've got another clip of that here, so check that one out as well. And that's the last of the clips for the video. I don't want to fill up my whole video with clips, but they finished with Throne, and then they came out and did an encore of True Friends, Oh No, and Drown, where Ollie was really starting to lose his voice there, especially that last line of Drown where he's singing with just a guitar. You could really hear it. He was really struggling. But he did a really good job for what he had, and his throat was obviously not at 100% at all, but he did really well for the conditions he was under, and it ended up being a really entertaining show. The visuals were absolutely fantastic, and they had air cannons and all this stuff, confetti. It was really cool, and to see them playing such a big venue was really cool. They sold it out 2 nights in a row. Really, really great stuff. A really enjoyable and fun show. So if you see Bring Me touring near you, go and see them. Hopefully Ollie won't have a laryngitis. But as well as that, definitely go and see Architects on whatever touring they're doing. If you're in England, I know they're playing Brixton Academy, which will be a massive show. Definitely go and check that out. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking now, and thanks for watching my video today. Please hit subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time. Fresh Currents.